Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. This is the Abundance Blueprint Podcast with your host, Naomi Saadiq. This is Season 2, Episode 37. And today we're talking about taxes, tips, and Trump accounts. Oh my. This is our Mindful Money Monday, our Women in Wealth Campaign edition. So welcome, beloved. You are tuned into the Abundance Blueprint Podcast with Naomi Saadiq, where we don't just chase abundance, we blueprint it. If you're new here, Mondays are where we tackle the real money moves, the policies, laws, and decisions shaping our wallets. And before I get too deep into my episode, I want to give a shout out to the Genius Mind Access. The Power of You over on YouTube. So thank you for today's music. It's for maximizing cognition, focus, and memory. But not too much on that. We talked about tackling our Money Monday moves, the policies, laws, and decisions shaping our wallets. On Tuesdays is our Tuesday Tips Day, where we have different tips that you can use for finances in personal and in business. Wednesdays and Sundays, you'll hear our episodes out in the ethers in Spanish and Haitian Creole. And starting August 11th, our interview series will feature entrepreneurs, healers, and creators such as yourself who are blueprinting abundance their way. Today, we're diving into a tax bill that's over 400 pages long, a bill that permanently extends and expands parts of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which were set to expire after 2025. So why is everyone talking about it? Because it's not just about tax brackets. It touches Medicaid, family savings, retirement planning, and even new things like Trump accounts for kids. And while some see this as a win, others are calling it a loss, especially with cuts to clean energy credits and Medicaid. But here's the lens I want you to have as we unpack this. My show has never, and will never be about panic or politics. It is about understanding how the rules are changing so you can keep more, grow more, and multiply more, whether it's you or whether it's someone else, whether it's a love or a hate relationship with these headlines, okay? And so that's exactly where my work comes in as a licensed professional. My NPN number is 857-3029. With my resident license being in the state of Florida, as well as multiple other states, okay? So most people don't realize how leveraging my insurance license allows me to explain how many benefits and tax-efficient strategies that they're not using until it's too late. So as we break this down, I want you to think about how each piece could fit into your blueprint, not just for surviving, but for thriving, okay? So a little bit about why this bill matters to you. The headlines that everyone is focusing on, which is talking about those tax brackets and deductions from the 2017 TCJA are now permanent. And for most, that means lower tax rates across the board. It means a top rate that stays at 37% instead of jumping back to 39.6%. And brackets are adjusted for inflation, which could reduce what you owe if your income is steady. And that's not fear, that's opportunity. So if you take the tax savings this creates and apply the rule of 72, investing or redirecting it into a tax-deferred account like a life insurance policy with living benefits or even retirement vehicles, you can double that savings over time instead of letting it vanish on expenses. So the standard deduction also stays nearly doubled, $15,750 for individuals and $31,500 for couples. So for many, that's simpler filing and fewer itemized deductions to track, less stress, and more clarity. Now let's talk about who can leverage this the most. So parents benefit from the child tax credit, now $2,200 per child or $2,200 per child, with $1,700 of that refundable. instead of just spending it. Imagine if you invested that credit every year. Even at a modest growth rate, using the rule of 72, it could double several times before your child turns 18. Service workers, bartenders, stylists, servers finally get a break too. From 2025 through 2028, you can deduct up to $25,000 in reported tips from your taxable income. This doesn't just save you money, it helps you qualify for mortgages, build credit, and contribute to retirement plans because your income looks solid on paper. Car owners now get a deduction also, up to $10,000 in car loan interest for U.S. assembled vehicles if your income is under $100,000 and $200,000 for a joint. And so that's cash that can be redirected into smart, tax-smart policies or investments, the kind that grow and protect your wealth. And seniors, you get a $6,000 bonus deduction if you're over 65 and make under $75,000 and $150,000 if you're married filing joint, okay? That's some breathing room that can stretch Social Security or pad a low-risk investment that doubles over time. So does this bill really build abundance for everyday people? It really depends on whether you know how to use what's in it, right? So is it abundance or not? So take the Trump accounts, right? Every child born between 2025 and 2028 gets a $1,000 federal deposit into a stock market account. Parents can add $5,000 a year. Employers can go up to $2,500 tax-free, and it all grows tax-deferred. Now, I want you to talk to your tax specialist, okay? Because I'm not on here to give y'all that type of advice. I'm just outlining the benefits of this particular bill that was just passed, okay? So families who start early could see those accounts grow into real wealth and build by their adulthood, for an example. And those who ignore it, they might miss the biggest generational opportunity to change their situation. These opportunities are going to create some real changes, okay? The estate tax exemption increased to $15 million per person, and it also protects small business owners, property investors, and families passing down their assets. But if you don't structure your accounts, insurance, or trusts correctly, you could still lose more than you should in taxes. And yes, there are cuts, like the end of EV and solar credits and major Medicaid reductions, and that's where benefit reviews matter. So you don't want to find out in 2026 that you've lost coverage or tax perks because you didn't plan ahead. So that's what we're here to do, is help take a look at that as painless as possible, okay? So here's my call to action. This is empowerment, not fear. This is how you turn from this information, take it and turn it from news into opportunity. Find out, number one, where you land in the new 2025 tax brackets. Okay, that's going to be first. And then I want you to calculate how much these changes actually save you and figure out how to double that using the rule of 72. And if you're in Florida, I'd like you to call me directly, 813-859-3543. I am licensed here. My NPN number is 857-3029. And I'd love to offer you a complimentary discovery call, 15 to 30 minutes, depending on what you're coming in for. And we can schedule some things, time for follow-up. And if it's your intention to come on the show as a guest at no cost to you, we'll do a 15-minute discovery call. If you're looking to do a policy review or benefit review for yourself or your business, we're going to need about 30 minutes or more, okay? And this isn't about selling you anything, okay? All right, this is about making sure that you're not leaving any money, any coverage or opportunities on the table while everyone else is scrambling, trying to figure their life out, okay? So for today's recap, resources, and other tools, I want you to head to my link tree. It's linktr.ee/abundance blueprint 777. And remember, the Abundance Blueprint podcast is powered by the Abundance Blueprint and Phenomenally Me Women's Society, both dedicated to helping women, families, and small businesses protect, build, and grow their abundance, okay? If you're ready to secure your financial foundation, explore our journals, book, or schedule your benefit review, I want you to call or text directly, 813-859-3543, or email us at info@theabundanceblueprint.org. And follow us on our socials. We're hanging out on Facebook on Phenomenally Me Women's Society, and we're working on our other socials, okay? So abundance isn't about loving or hating a tax bill, okay? It's about knowing how to play the game so you can win, all right? So let's build your blueprint together, beloved, all right? Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you next time here at the Abundance Blueprint with Naomi Saadiq.